Welcome guys to my triple enclosure design spectacular. The video ended up being quite long, so I have split it into two parts, the second of which I'll put out in a few days. Enjoy. So today I plan on rehousing this chap, which is a giant deadleaf mantis, Deroplatys dessicata. His enclosure's a bit too small for him now. He's just recently molted, so it's time we get him in a bigger enclosure. Mantids should always be kept in something that's 3 times the height of the mantis, just to allow it space to slip out of its molt without danger of it getting stuck inside it, banging his head and then not being able to get out. And whilst he might be okay for one more molt, I think it's a better idea to get him in a more suitable, spacious, nice looking enclosure, as this one's a bit boring. As you can see, not very exciting. Someone as handsome as this certainly deserves a much more elegant enclosure than this one. And here we can see his molt. Weird though, isn't it? I'm trying out a new mic, so if the audio's terrible, I'm not going to know it until I edit it. But we will see. So the first thing, as always, is going to be my drainage layer. I'm being cautious with those clay balls because I've noticed they do scratch this acrylic, so if you use them, be careful when you're cleaning, make sure there's no dust left in there, because I've got another one that I screwed up because I scratched all the front of the panel when I was giving it a wipe down. Then we want our mesh separator, some moss, it smells very earthy, nice. And some substrate, of course. Try and build that up at the back as much as I can to get some height. The centerpiece I'm going to use for this is a piece of driftwood. So the idea in this tank is to try and keep it in keeping with the colours of the deadleaf mantis. So I want everything to be quite brown and dead, just so he feels comfortable, nice and camouflaged. And for the flooring, I'm going to try using some of these. I don't know what they are. They're kind of little pine cone looking things. Wonderful. Got some reindeer moss here. I think it's called reindeer moss. So I'll try and work into that wood as if it's kind of growing out of it. I might actually tuck a patch underneath this. So my concern with this is that he's going to get behind here and we won't be able to see him. Okay, that's fine, that's looking good. If he goes behind there, so be it. I guess it just means he's not feeling very sociable. Probably good to give him some hiding spots just in case. So the thing that's missing now is hanging spots. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this, so let's see how some of these things look. Got a rather large leaf here, probably going to be a bit much. Yeah, that's just going to detract from the whole thing. But I do also have some little twigs that we can position in the upper areas just to give him some height. I don't know if I like those. I need something that kind of comes up and over but doesn't take away from the main piece. My immediate thought is twisted hazel, but I use that with everything. I don't want them all to look the same. This stuff, I mean, it is really good. It just looks so authentic, but I use it on all my enclosures, so they start looking a bit samey if I keep using them. There we go, that's not too bad. That gives him something to chill from. Do you know what, I think this is okay. Let's add some crunched up leaves, just so it looks a bit more authentic. Pop in his little hanging spot. And then the last thing I want to do, which I probably should have done first actually, is just wrap this top with some mesh tights, just to make sure he has got adequate space for hanging out, because they do like to cling to this. Well, it's a good is a good thing to, good material for giving them something to hold on to. So even though he's not got that many hanging spots inside there, if he wants to, he can just hang from this. There we are. That should be a suitable enclosure for my deadleaf Deroplatys dessicata. Just thought though, we do need some springtails. And that is one thing I have plenty of. Let's give it a bit of a spritz as well. You can't really see it, but I do actually seal the bottom of these enclosures with silicone just to prevent any water leaking out, because if the substrate is really dry and you water it, it does tend to just run straight through and then start leaking out of the bottom, because it's not exactly airtight at the bottom here on these little connectors. Righto, let's get him in and see what he thinks. Are you ready for your new home?
Yes.
Alright, let's go then. You're going the wrong way. Why do you always do... Never want to cooperate. Here you go. Let's get a little shot of you. What a handsome boy. Gonna cling on to that. That's probably better for you. There we have it. Nice and rehoused. I'll get some cool pictures of him, pop it on my Instagram with my macro camera when I get a chance. Should be happier in there. Plenty of room for him to molt. Might even need another upgrade when he gets nearly, well, when he gets to a sub-adult stage. We will see. And actually, let's try and sex him if we can. Right, I'm going to say that's a female. I mean, you can kind of see from the back here, so if anyone's got another opinion, let me know. I swear, I get so many females, which isn't a bad thing. I think most of my mantids are female. I don't know if the males are more desirable, but hey, I'm not complaining. The females are usually bigger, so works for me. Don't tell her I said that. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to see the next 2 builds, please consider subscribing and I'll post them in the coming days. Thanks for watching.